I'm Shane White, and this is The Process.
Hey gang, Shane Patrick White here for The Process. On today's vlog, I want to talk a little bit about the current project that I'm working on. I recently finished the edits on my latest graphic novel. It's a horror fantasy book. It's about 176 pages in length, and I just had it edited by a friend of mine. And now I'm going to start pre-production. So that's going to entail doing character designs, environment designs, props, tests of all sorts, and to try and get that consolidated into one workbook. That way I can continuously draw pages and have these concepts all bound and ready to go. And usually I do that for every project. Every time I set out to do a project, I try to create an environment that's conducive to not being lazy. I can get my reference wherever I need it. I've got a Pinterest board for every project that I do. So sometimes I break it out into characters and props and vehicles and whatever it entails as far as the kind of project. I recently did a project that takes place in 1963, and so I had all my reference blocked in for that. Today's book that I really enjoy is this. It's called The Silver Way by Steven Silver, and if you're not familiar with him, you should be. I think this is his 8th book on cartooning techniques, tips, and tutorials. What's great about this is that it actually breaks down cartooning in a variety of styles, depending on whatever your style is. It doesn't really matter. I mean, all these tools and techniques are applicable to whatever you do. I never really studied it myself. I just naturally grew up looking at Mad Magazine and cartoons and National Lampoon and just started cartooning. So getting this level of granularity on how to construct cartoons and characters using shape design and other means of design, I think is really great. It's something that we should all strive to keep doing. So if you get a chance, get this book. It's totally worth it. And today's bit of advice I would offer is get influence from everything. If you work in comics, don't just draw from comics. Don't just look at comics. If you're looking at films, that's great. If you're playing video games, that's great. But go to theater, look at literature, illustrated books from long ago. Find other resources that no one else is using. So find as many influences as you can, and it'll influence and make your work even more original. So, as always, thanks for watching, and if you feel compelled, subscribe, send me feedback or questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Until next time, take care.